this one here has got to be in there with God is prayer. Because that's where my strength comes from. How am I going to look after my family, my wife, my children? How am I going to look after that if I've got no strength to be able to do that? Huh? How can that happen if you've got no strength? I'm not talking about a physical world here, I'm talking about a spiritual world. Mate, you can have this physical world because you can see everything coming in this physical world. But in the spiritual world, you can't see one thing that comes against you. You cannot see it coming. Least of it, there's a truck driving down the road flat out, straight at you, and you've got time to see it from down the road there. You've got time to move out of the way, you can see it. And even if you haven't got time to move out of the way, you can see it coming and you can see it hit you. But in the spiritual, you can't. They lined you up, mate, and they're coming straight at you. And if you don't have the power when they get there to hit you, when they're going to hit you, the strength that comes from God, if you haven't got that, they're going to smack roll you, mate. You're going to hit the dust and skin your knees and your elbows. You're going to probably slide along and do your belly. If you've got a big belly like me, take the whole lot off your belly as you're sliding along. Then stand up, gravel rashed all there. They're just going to hit you, mate. You can't see them. The spiritual ones, it's not that it's physical going to happen like that. I'm using that as a spiritual example. They're going to smash you. They're going to slap you around. They're going to do whatever they can. This is why we need the strength. And the thing that God is pointing out today is He's even going to let them grow up among you. And you're going to say, why did you let this one in? And He's going to say, why did you go to sleep? I left you there to pray. Why did you go to sleep? Hey? I can only get me into the marriage supper of the Lamb. No one else there. That's their choice. They have to make the decision. It's my choice. So I preach all these words, and that it's my choice to start listening to what I'm preaching. What the Left Behind, that movie, that preacher is walking around slapping his Bible on his hand. I preached all, he's walking around an empty church. His congregation's gone and he's left behind. I didn't even believe it. I was preaching it every week and I didn't even believe it. I didn't even know it was real. And he's walking around slapping his Bible, left behind. He hasn't been thrown out into the burned, but the Bible does tell us that if you have believed and turned away, it is much harder in that day that the left behind people. It's much harder for those who have been left behind, been mucking around the church and haven't believed in some sort in their life to believe than what it is for an atheist, for someone who has never believed before. When you get your second chance. Hey? So you've got to get it right the first time because it's going to be way harder next time than what it is this time for you to believe that this is the truth. Someone forced is what only attending the wedding is. Someone forced to go to church. Because we're just hammering them and hammering them and hammering them and then they're just coming just to get us off their back. We're forcing them to go to church. That's only going to the wedding. Someone that comes to church because it's their decision. They want to come to church. They've made this choice, mate. They're on the way to the marriage supper of the Lamb. They're going all the way. They're not just happy with the wedding. They're going to the feast as well. But someone that we just always try to force and get them in and all that, they're only going to the wedding. They're only going to the wedding. Someone openly, willingly attending the marriage supper of the Lamb is those that I told you, that those that come. A warning against those sleeping, not praying. It's a warning against those that are sleeping and not praying. That we just can't come along and think that we can pray. Well, I pray once a day. So that's 7 prayers a week. That's 35 minutes a week. Out of every minute in the week, I pray for 5 minutes a day, seven times. 35 minutes a week. Out of all the minutes in the week, you pray 35 minutes. I think you're asleep for a lot of minutes. Spiritually. Not in the physical, I'm talking spiritual sleep now. If you're not spiritually praying and receiving strength, you're spiritually sleeping and your strength's not coming, it's going. It's gone. The enemy will come in and sow tares among the wheat in all aspects of your life. Okay? If we spend way too much time sleeping and not enough time praying, we know, because we're in here, we know exactly the enemy, who he is, what he's out to do. He's about to kill us, destroy us, and take everything away from us. We know that he will actively be working around our life to pull us down and to do whatever he can to prevent us from going to a place that he cannot go. And that's to the marriage supper of the Lamb. He's in the wedding. He's through his seed, the tares, the seed of the wicked one. He's in the wedding, but he cannot enter into the marriage supper of the Lamb. And that's all aspects of our life. That's not just in one area. That's every aspect of our life. He is going to be fully aware that if we're sleeping in one area and we've got our... When do you get your most testings? When you actually forgot about that, and then the testing will come in that area because, I forgot I even was doing, I forgot I was even in that and doing that. Then the testing will come in that area. Because what? It's not that God said, it's just the enemy's there trying to pull you down and get you deeper into that and pulling you further away from God. Because why? Because you haven't got your strength, because you're supposed to be always in prayer. That's where our strength comes from. And he's actively going to be working around our lives. He's going to be working in here more than he's working out there around their lives, because he's got them. He doesn't have to go and do much in their lives. He might give them a win on the poker machine or something from time to time to keep them going back all the time, or give them 7,000, they're going to put 6,990 of it back in and spend $10 on drinks or something like that. He'll let them do that, because that's just feeding their separation from God. He'll do that kind of stuff for them. But in here, he's in here trying to do whatever's feeding our separation from God. He's trying to feed that and keep us separated from God too. And if we don't know what it is that's separating us from God, we need strength. So when he comes and hits us in that area, we've got God's strength. We've got God's angel there guarding that area and giving us strength in that area. So that we walk in victory. We're not losers. We've won. If we're in Christ Jesus. Okay, look. You turn it off and sing your song. Amen?
Amen.
It was a little bit hard to